Here is an alternative way to work out intervals, the gap between two notes, for all grades. This relates songs that you know, or the beginning of songs that you know, to the interval leaps. For example, a major second is the beginning of Happy Birthday. So you'd go, Happy Birthday, and that's a major second. 1, 2, Happy Birthday. A major third is like the beginning of our warm-up exercise, Bella Signora. It's the first two notes. Bella. So we'd normally go on to sing Bella Signora, but that major third interval is where you stop, so we just sing the Bella. Bella. A perfect fourth is like the beginning of the song Auld Lang Syne, the song that is often sung on New Year's Eve as the bells strike. And it starts, the words are, should old acquaintance be forgot, but because we're only singing the first two notes, we're only going to sing the first two words, should old. Should old. So it would go on, should old acquaintance be forgot. Let's try just the should old now for our perfect fourth interval. Should old. Now you try without me. Here is a perfect fifth now. This is like the beginning of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Twinkle, twinkle. So if we were to sing more of the song, it would go, Twinkle, twinkle, little star. But you know that we just need to stop once we've sung our perfect fifth. So let's try it again, twinkle, twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle. Now try without me, a perfect fifth. A major sixth is like the beginning of the traditional folk song, My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean, which goes like this. My bonnie lies over the ocean. But because we only need to sing the interval, we're just singing my bon. Off we go together. My bon. Let's try listening to the interval first, then singing my bon. A major seventh is like the start of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but you miss out the where, and you do that bit in your head silently in your thinking voice. So we're going to sing some out loud, where inside our head, and then the ove of over, because that's the seventh. So it would go some, to give you that major seventh. Let's try it again. Some, one more time. Some, now you try without me. A perfect octave is actually the start of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So this time you're going to sing the sum and then the where, because that is an octave. Off we go together. Somewhere. So it's a really, really big leap. Let's try that again. Somewhere. Try without me. Okay, here are some intervals for you to practice. These are not all of the intervals that you may be asked at the different grades, but this is a way of using songs that you know to help you work out intervals. Remember to think, is the interval close? Because if it's close, it's likely to be a second or a third. Is it medium distance away, meaning it's likely to be a fourth or a fifth? Or is it quite far apart, meaning it's likely to be a sixth, a seventh, or an octave? Okay, here are some examples. Please practice using the song examples that I've given you. Remember to listen to both notes being played first before you try to sing. Here's the first one. Here it is again. Remember to sing out loud while you practice. That was a major second. Congratulations if you got that right. Here is another interval for you to practice. Remember to count upwards or to think about the songs that you know. Here is the same interval for you to make sure you've got the right one. That was a perfect fifth. Here is another interval for you to practice. Here it is again. That was a perfect octave. Here is another for you now. Here it is again. That was a major third. Here is another. Here it is again. That was a perfect fourth. Here is another example. Here it is again. That was a major seventh. Here is your final one to practice now. Here it is again. That was a major sixth. Well done if you got that right.